Sometimes when I'm talking to the partner, the spouse, the significant other that betrayed or broke trust or stepped out of the relationship, they refuse to believe that they caused trauma with their spouse or their partner. And I just want to say this. Does every act of infidelity cause PTSD? I can't say. I would venture to say it does cause some type of PTSD, most certainly. But if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable saying, well, I didn't give my spouse, PTSD or CPTSD, then how about this? There's what's called relational trauma, which is actually the same thing as CPTSD. But okay, there's relational trauma. And relational trauma happens when there's broken trust from a primary attachment. Primary attachment would be somebody that you lean on. Now, trauma is when our coping mechanisms get overwhelmed. So, of course, there's relational trauma. And when there's relational trauma, there's often a negative self-view or a negative self-view of the world. There's hypervigilance. People are very jumpy. They're dysregulated. There's a lot that goes on when they have panic attacks sometimes. They have anxiety attacks sometimes. They're triggered quite a bit. They can have dreams. Somebody will walk in the room and make a loud noise, and even if they don't react, their body all of a sudden gets, hot flashes. So your body does change. Your world does change. So if you're talking to your partner, your spouse, your significant other, they keep bringing up these CPTSD and PTSD and trauma and things that you don't agree with, and maybe you don't agree with them because you actually don't want to admit it because then it kind of hits your core and shame. I get that. But just understand the person you hurt, their coping mechanisms are overwhelmed and the filters in their brain change and their body reacts and responds to the world differently. Try to be understanding to that.